Hi, welcome to Made to Heal with Angela Brown. So, I'm going to talk about the Emotion Resilience course that's free on the churchofjesuschrist.org website. Look up Emotional Resilience. It's amazing. It's a resource that is for all ages, teenagers on up, and I highly recommend it. But before I get into that, I'm going to send a link to my book that just came out, You Are Made to Heal, Spiritually, Emotionally, Mentally, and Physically. And I also have a link that is for my 12-week course, if that is something that interests you. Go ahead and check that out. So the incorrect thinking patterns that a lot of us have, and these examples are in this course. So this isn't all coming from me. I just want to share because it's important. We all have incorrect thinking that happens every day. And so I'm just going to bring up the ones that they have in this manual. It says all or nothing. We see something or someone as if it's all good or all bad. And we look for phrases, if you catch yourself saying phrases like always or never, those should be trigger phrases for you to be like, ooh, is that true? Because something is never always, or something isn't always, and never is a phrase that we can't use either because it's incorrect. So I always say the wrong thing, or I never say the right thing, right? Catch yourself into saying stuff like that because that is incorrect. So also mislabeling. Mislabeling is taking something that happened and making a broad or incorrect statement, such as, the relationship ended, so I'm not good enough, and I'm not good in relationships. Whatever. So that's just taking from an experience and just generalizing. Not a good idea. Jumping to conclusions. Interpreting others' thoughts or assuming the worst possible outcome. I bet everyone is laughing at me. Or you can say, this always happens when I'm in a situation. Just jumping to conclusions, like it's not going to turn out good because it never does. Those are things to catch yourself in incorrect thinking patterns. Personalizing, blaming yourself or someone for a situation that in reality involved many other factors. So they didn't call me back, so they must be mad at me. Just assuming, right? Assuming the worst. And there's another one that's emotional reasoning, judging a situation based on how you feel. I feel guilty. I must have done something bad. So that's one to catch yourself in. Overgeneralization, applying one experience and generalizing it to all experiences. For example, I did poorly on this assignment, so I probably shouldn't stay in this class. I did bad on the one assignment, so it's the end all, right? Hang in there. Don't give up. Overgeneralization, that kind of puts us in that kind of a mind frame. So another one is negative mental filter, focusing on a negative detail and dwelling on it. It feels like nothing went well today. It was just one bad thing after another that kept going on. So that's something to focus on. If you're pessimistic for the most part of the day, you're not a lost cause. It's not a lost hope. We can change our negative thinking patterns into a positive thinking pattern easily. It's just called being aware of what's going on in our thinking. So discounting the positive, rejecting all positive experiences because you don't feel like they count. Example, here's one is, it doesn't matter if my daughter ate breakfast today. She threw so many tantrums throughout the day. I'm not going to focus on the good that she did today because this, and this irritated me, and I just can't look past those. So it's so important that we focus on the positive rather than the negative. And it's so true. I used to walk in coming from visiting my kids or from being out maybe on a date with my husband or being gone to a meeting or being gone all day and then coming home. And that's what I tend to, like 10 plus years ago, I would focus on everything that did not get done or the explosion that was all over. And I did not take in an account of, you know what, you guys are happy. It sounds like you all got along today. I just always focused on the negative. And that's so important that we don't focus on the negatives. Magnification is another one. Exaggerating your weaknesses or comparing them to others' strengths. I barely cook dinner for my family, and when I do, it's nothing like her dinners. Comparing yourself to the neighbor or your sister or whoever, that comparison thing is really bad. And if you find yourself doing that, be aware of it. Be aware of it and just stop comparing yourself with others, because that's not fair to you, and it's not fair to the person you are comparing yourself to. Should statements. Telling yourself how things should or should not be. I shouldn't have messed up like that. Quit shoulding on yourself. We should not. See, should. It is important not to should on yourself, because shoulding is just something that's gonna put you in a down spiral of not good enough, never good enough. And so it's so important that we do not should on ourselves. So, you know, and then it kind of reminds me of, this is another one, and it's not mentioned in this manual, but a lot of the times I would say, oh, I have to do this. Well, I have to. And then I turn that to, well, I get to. I don't have to. I get to. I'm so excited I get to do this. Well, what if we turned the have to and get tos? So think of, oh, I have to get the kids breakfast before they get out the door to school. Or I have to make sure everyone is dressed so and everybody's ready to leave by this. I have to. Or I get to support my child on their sports team. I have, whatever you find yourself saying, be paying attention to what comes out of your mouth. I have to, or I get to. But if we turn those I have to and get to, I get to and I have to, into I am blessed to. I am blessed to get my kids breakfast every morning before school. I am blessed I have the help. And I am blessed I get to support my kids and they are able to do what they want to do. I am blessed. So turn those I have to and I get tos into I am blessed, and you will see a huge difference in your day. Pay attention to those thinking patterns that are harming you more than helping you. They're not going to help you at all, because it puts us in a lack. It puts us in the negative. When we're in the negative, we are going to have lowered energy and we're not going to feel good. But when we put our thinking patterns into the positive, we are going to raise our energy levels. We are going to raise our vibrations, and we are going to make a difference. It's just catching ourselves in the unhealthy thinking patterns. And this is something that takes practice. It takes practice. I am going on 9 years. But when I was changing from a very, very unhealthy mind thinking pattern 9 years ago, it took a lot of work. It took a lot of, and then not giving up. Like my old self would have been like, oh, well, why try? I've screwed up 3 times already today. Why try? I'm just not going to try. But if we go, you know what? Yeah, we've screwed up 3 times today, but the day's not over yet. And I'm going to be mindful that this, and this came up, and that I didn't respond in a healthy manner, and I didn't have the best of, I didn't use my energy in the best of ways. But I'm going to keep going, and I'm not going to give up. That makes all the difference in the world. That energy shift, the thinking pattern. So God bless. And please like and subscribe to this channel. And until next time, we'll talk to you later. Bye.